If you are interested in starting your own podcast, we use Buzzsprout because it is simple and easy to use. Buzzsprout can get your show listed on every major platform while giving you the resources for a great podcast website, audio players that can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening to your podcast, and tools to promote your episodes. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and that is why over 100,000 podcasters are already subscribed to Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Following the link in our episode descriptions lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you. So in return, you will receive a $20 Amazon gift card from Buzzsprout while signing up for a paid plan. Most importantly, every subscription through our link is always appreciated and helps support our show so we can continue delivering the quality content that you guys listen to. That being said, back to the show.
Hello and welcome to Comic Book Junkies. I'm Andrew.
This is Joe.
What up, Dell? We back with another one.
Another one.
Yeah, and this time we're doing a little bit of a kind of something we used to do, a little bit more. Well, I mean, we always doing the same. We ain't doing the same though. We moving different.
We ain't doing it the same, man. We doing it better.
Damn right. But we're gonna be looking at picking like 5 or so characters that we think would succeed from Marvel at DC. Like if they were able to join that universe somehow, would they fit? Who'd do well? Same thing over with DC characters that might fit in at Marvel. Who would thrive? Who's the best fit? We didn't talk about this beforehand. We just said that we're both coming up with a list. So this is both random to each of us, and we'll just kind of toss one back and forth, see what we think, see what y'all think. But I feel pretty good about my list. I came up with a few that I feel like really kind of hit like my argument, and then there's a few that are like I could see it. But there's a few that I think could really do well, to be honest.
Well, then start us off.
All right. Now, I feel like it's a gimme. We'll start off at Marvel characters at DC, or do you want to do DC at Marvel?
We can go Marvel to DC. That's fine.
All right. I'm going to go with Daredevil. I feel like just like that street level type thing, like he would fill like a space that's needed. Because you think about it, it's a lot of gods and monsters and stuff over at DC, but at the same time, like there's like dudes on the ground, they're just beating the tar out of criminals, and that's what we need to do. And I feel like Daredevil kind of skirts that boundary of like fitting in there good.
That's so interesting because I thought about this completely different. I thought like DC was kind of like the gods and mythos, so I kind of picked like characters that like fit that. And I always felt like Marvel was more grounded because of characters like Spider-Man and Daredevil, so I tried to fit the more grounded characters over there.
Well, I just felt like,
You're trying to balance it out, and I'm trying to like segregate.
oh, interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see where the discussion takes us. I started off with Daredevil. What do you think?
That's interesting. I think it would fit well with like Batman stuff.
That's what I mean, like that level. I mean, he ain't going up there with Superman, really.
No, but Batman's a little unique. I would never say that Batman belongs in Marvel, but like
No.
from the outside looking in, you would think that. But I could never put Batman over there because I mean, he is the definition of DC. But characters like him, I think, kind of belong in Marvel. So yeah, I don't know,
I
bro.
see.
I kind of, again, I approached this a little different. So I said, I'll give you my
Cool.
first one. Jean Grey feels a little too powerful to be running around with the X-Men. I think DC does like a good job with like characters that are like that overpowered. Now, I know she's got like the imperfections of like her not being able to control Phoenix, but I could see her fitting in well with like the Superman, Wonder Woman world of things.
Yeah, I think so, but I feel like there would almost be like a personality clash.
Really?
Like she's
Because
like,
I feel like they're so like perfect or stoic. You know, they almost like
it
because I
doesn't
feel
really
like
matter, yeah.
Marvel is a little more imperfect, where I feel like the DC characters are like very well polished and mature.
I just feel like she's too big to, if she's on that level, that she'd be the fourth pillar of like DC then, I guess, if she's being held to that
Yeah, that's
standard.
kind of what I thought. Like 1B to Wonder Woman.
Got you. Because yeah, then it'd be balanced, it'd be 2 and 2. It'd be
She's not like
super.
a god, but she's kind of like I don't know if angelic's the word, but let's hear another one from you.
Well, I was thinking, well, kind of along that same line. Well, actually, I kind of thought Doctor Strange could even fit in like at DC because I mean they've got like a lot of like supernatural stuff going on. I feel like he would slide right in. I feel like he kind of would elevate the place that Prince Rahman has, not like Zatanna and them, but he would elevate it. He'd be like big at DC because like people love Doctor Fate. I feel like there's enough like magic mumbo jumbo, Xanadu. We got all these other people.
I think that's a great pick. I don't even know why I didn't think of that.
Well, I
Now I
mean, they
think we're on the same like because I do think that DC does a better job with like that
Mystic.
mystic stuff for sure.
Yeah, because even like Swamp Thing is held to like a way higher standard than Man Thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're good with like that weird stuff.
Which I actually put Morbius the Vampire on mine because he's
Ooh,
like a cool Spider-Man villain, but like I don't think the Sony movie really did him justice. And I feel
no.
like the vampire villains are kind of starting to stack up in the Spider-Man world. And I know he's like the coolest one, but I feel like it would be a perfect fit for like Animal Man, Swamp Thing, Zatanna, and the rest of the Justice League Dark because DC does so well with horror and like the supernatural.
Yeah, facts. I'd like to see something like that. I mean, that would be like a seamless fit. I think we're closer in mind than you think. I think you just don't like the Daredevil one as much. I have another one from Marvel, Winter Soldier. I feel like that would be like a bread and butter character at DC. Like if they like took like Deathstroke and Deadshot and like elevated that type of deal, because it's like a real like political shadow government agency type thing, and like that's kind of what he is. I feel like he would fit in great with like Waller and like doing stuff like that, or maybe he's just for like Markovia or something. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he'd be someone who could at minimum go to toe with Batman, at least give the other people trouble. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I feel like the whole government agency, like ninja dude with the cybernetic arm
I
doing
feel
spy
like I could
missions.
see him doing really well with like Deathstroke or the Teen Titans.
Yeah, so I just thought like maybe that's just a void or a character like him can they need over there to fill that space, but like he'd fit in good.
Okay. I got one that's kind of like sacrilegious, bro. You're gonna be offended. Maybe.
Okay.
It feels inappropriate,
Okay.
but Thor.
Interesting.
Like I feel like him in the fourth world with like
A
fighting
good point.
Darkseid or like something like that. I feel like would be sick. Or even appearing in like the Shazam universe. Like and then
Yo.
Loki already reminds me of like Mr. Mixtapitalik. So I don't know. I feel like the whole God Warrior thing would be a great transition to DC.
At first I wasn't like agreeing with you, but when you sell it to me as like more with the fourth world type stuff and like I mean you could even do with Wonder Woman stuff.
Yeah, you actually could. I think it would be
So
the best fit with Wonder Woman.
it
You're
would
right.
be a pretty good fit, but I just feel like the character is full of so much more whimsy because he's at Marvel. Fits over there with like their crew.
Yeah, like I mean, you could put Hercules here instead,
But yeah,
but
that's ain't the same.
because I'd hate to take Thor away from Marvel, I really would. But he's just so much more powerful than the rest of them. I mean, obviously there's the Hulk, but I feel like he's more of an outlier than he is like the rule.
Yeah, no, I agree. Do you know that the Marvel people seem to be like less against like Lethal Force too, like compared to like DC? Like Batman and Superman are like, Batman with the no guns. I feel like Cap's like, I'm using guns. Like and he's like they're Superman
Yeah, he
symbolically.
really is.
Isn't that weird? But they feel like they're so much more whimsical and fun, and DC's more serial. And it's the opposite.
Yes and no. It's not, but
But
I
it
feel
is.
like the ends justify the means with Marvel, where
Yeah. It's
DC
the
is
same.
like steadily more dark, but then they don't like push the envelope.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're agreeing. But I got another one here, Moon Knight.
I thought about putting that on my list. We almost had some overlap here.
Did you? Yeah, I mean, it just feels like that street level thing, kind of like the argument I was making for Daredevil. I guess you could just move like all of Marvel's street level over to DC, and I feel like it would fit in like the overarching Batman universe type deal, which is like its own half of the line. So like it's significant. I mean, come on. I mean, and it tiptoes on the spooky thing too. Like if they had Moon Knight back in the day, he would have had a Vertigo series. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. So I feel like it would have been a good fit.
Put him in Preacher.
No, that'd be sick.
The only problem with Moon Knight is that he's so similar to anti-Batman.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, that doesn't stop him nowadays. Just put him in there. He'd be better than what we're getting. Maybe they do it right.
Yeah,
You put two dudes on like a high level, but one's like obviously 1A Batman,
I
but Moon
like it.
Knight's sick. Yeah, I don't know.
I put Kang the Conqueror on mine. Not to take away from him in the Avengers, but I think he'd make a cooler Justice League villain than an Avengers villain. And then
Yeah.
maybe it's a recency bias, but the way that they fumbled putting him on like the big screen makes me kind of want to see what he would do with the DCU because I mean he's like very tech heavy. He's a pretty
Brainiac.
big villain impact. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I could see it.
Fucking with the Legion or Rip Hunter or something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a good one. I wasn't thinking like that. Hell yeah,
Well,
bro.
that's why we're doing this, bro. This is cool.
Yeah, I know. Well, shit. My next two are. I'm just gonna throw my last two out there because we're kind of just staying on the street level thing, I guess. I guess every thought of mine just went to because I added Iron Fist and the Punisher because I feel like they need like a big old martial arts tournament out there, and obviously the Punisher was so like they got Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter, Lady Shiva. You got the whole Bat family. You got the Green Arrow. I mean, they're already doing DCKO. Why can't they do a Karate Showdown? I'm sure that'll be. If you use
I
that,
did
you need
think
to.
about Punisher when I was making this list for
Well,
sure.
he fits. I
I mean,
mean,
he's like a street level character, but in the same breath, like he's so dark that he belongs in Gotham.
Marvel's like street level should just be at DC. They'd know what to do with it better, I feel. Well, I mean, obviously they could do what they're doing, but I feel like DC'd have anything that's in the Batman flavor of just like beating up grunts and weird people. Well, the problem is nobody's got the same rogues gallery as him. But do you got any more left for Marvel? Because I'm tapped.
The only one I got is going back to the X-Men. Well, Storm, I think, kind of makes sense in the DCU. She's definitely cooler than Static, but I also think she would do well in.
Okay.
Well,
Why
they
is
both
that?
control the weather.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Isn't that crazy? They both control the weather. They're not allowed to have other powers. They can only control the
oh,
weather.
come on, bro.
It's always
But I
electricity,
think she
bro.
would be good in Flash too because he already fights like the Weather Wizard. But like she's very like serious and like stoic in tone, which I feel like a lot of the DC characters have. And then I think she would be pretty good in Batman too, like making like a
Yeah.
cameo in Gotham. I know starting with Static is a little racy,
Bro, why are you addressing it like that?
but like
No, I smell what you're stepping in, bro. Yeah, it
right.
does make sense. I feel like it
I
would
mean, she's
work.
way more powerful.
Well, yeah.
But I feel like
Um,
the powerful characters kind of belong to DC.
I guess that makes sense. I tend to agree with that philosophy. I mean, I definitely think it would fit and she would do well. I feel like she could stand out on her own, not having to be with the squad.
For sure. Because honestly, like she's kind of like the leader of the X-Men. Obviously, it goes to Cyclops and then people like Jean Grey maybe, but she kind of is the glue. I mean, she's always there.
True. She's always there. The best available. I can't. I
The best
fumbled it.
ability is
Is
availability.
available.
Hey, I get you, bro. Tell my
Damn,
employees that all the time.
if only I could have nailed that. Even better. But you want to go over to DC characters that could work at Marvel?
For sure, bro. I'll kick us off too.
Sure.
Deathstroke.
Okay.
Reminds me of a cooler Crossbones. He's a super soldier. Would
He is
fit
cooler.
great in Captain America or Black Widow. I mean, they technically made Deadpool because they needed something like that, but
Taskmaster.
yeah, that too. But I don't know. I guess he is pretty dark, which is kind of more of a DC thing, but considering like what happened in the Judas contract, but sometimes Marvel can kind of go there with like Kraven's Last Hunt, and then maybe I could even see him like making an appearance in like a Daredevil Punisher crossover too.
Yeah, I could see that. No, he's not. He's above street level, but he's kind of close to it. He's on the cusp. But yeah, no. I mean, sending them over there, I feel like it would make sense. I feel like it'd kind of be like the reverse Bucky, like Winter Soldier situation in a way.
I feel like it'd kind of be like Bullseye for Daredevil, but like maybe a little more universal.
True. Okay, cool. I put Captain Atom because I feel like Marvel loves doing the government and the agencies, so I feel like he would work for like the U.S. government there, and I feel like if you're part of that, you're part of Captain America and something bigger, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it would fit, but he's pretty strong, but he'd instantly become like one of their strongest people.
I could see that. I mean, Silver Surfer kind of does that for me with Marvel,
He's in space.
but they could have a Silver Surfer in space.
Silver Surfer's in space. This would
That's
be
why I like hesitated.
him and the government.
Yeah, bro. Maybe a Silver Surfer on Earth
No.
instead of in space.
Shield.
Shield.
The shield. Everyone
Something
loves
in
Shield.
that vein. I put Booster Gold. It wouldn't make
Okay.
a bad fit for the MCU. They do a good job with characters that have like unique personalities, and DC already has like a lot of time travelers when it comes to like Rip Hunter or the Legion of Superheroes. So
Mhm.
I feel like there's a case for him to fit better with the MCU, and I feel like he would make a good fit in like an Iron Man story. They're both kind of vain and very like tech forward.
They'd be goofy. They'd cast someone dumb for him. It pissed me off.
Glenn
all I could-
Powell.
I don't even know if I hate that. feel like that would fit because I feel like they just get someone dumb. Like, I don't, whatever, man. I ain't going down it. But I could see that they do. That did cross my mind actually that we have like Rip Hunter and like obviously like the Flash and his whole family can go like back in time. So it's just like there's a lot of time travel and stuff over at DC already. I could see that. I almost said actually, I think I almost put it as Rip Hunter just because he's a blank slate. If you put him over there, they'd be able to. I mean, he's not a blank slate. He's got stories, but like relatively speaking.
I get what you're saying because he's got like a lot of history with DC, but not a lot of relevance.
Yeah, I agree for sure. But I'm gonna toss out two more because they're kind of going hand in hand with where I'm going for DC at Marvel. I honestly put Adam Strange because I feel like they would want a space guy that's not Guardians of the Galaxy, and they're like pretty good at space. But like, I think I want a cooler guy to root for.
This is one of my favorite picks of yours, I think.
You think so?
I do. Yeah, because I could just see him fighting like with Star-Lord or like to your point, I do think that they do better with like the Galaxy stuff with like Silver Surfer, and it just seems like a better fit there than it does with like the Green Lanterns or something.
Yeah, I actually did have Green Lantern though because I feel like they have such a good like space program over
One in
there at Marvel.
particular or like all of them?
More so the concept because I think that the Guardians of the Galaxy are too goofy and non-serious in their scope of pretty much everything. And then what is it? The Nova Corps may as well not exist in my opinion because I don't care about that really. So I feel like this would fill the void of like the robust space stuff they got going over there, like Hal Jordan or someone serving Galactus a subpoena. Like, I don't know, the Silver Surfer. I don't know. I could see him
No, it would
interacting.
be a way better fit than the Guardians. Now, the Guardians don't belong in DC, but I feel like they could just straight up replace them.
Yeah, I feel like the Green Lanterns would slide in good because you don't really need the Nova Corps or the Guardians if you got the Green Lanterns.
I mean, I
Huh.
didn't really think of it as a Marvel thing, but I did think of it as yeah, I do think it would be a better fit than what they have currently.
Yeah, I don't know how much I'm like, oh yeah, this fits in like perfect at Marvel. This is a Marvel thing. I'm just thinking about like what makes sense that they don't have or that they could use. I guess that's better from DC.
Well, some ones I got Blue Beetle.
You sending them pair over.
I mean, he's played a lot of different, I guess like a lot of people have had the mantle, but I feel like they do well with bug guys, Ant-Man, Spider-Man.
Yeah, what if it
Um,
was Glenn Powell and Ryan Reynolds?
sure.
Okay. Marvel
Yeah.
would put that out in an incident.
I think he would even fit well with like the Teen Titans or like oh no, I mean I think he should be like a natural fit for the Teen Titans, but I think he would do better with like the Young Avengers or Spider-Man.
Mm,
I got Mr. Terrific. That was
that makes
hard for
sense.
me because like I think he fits really nice in the DC universe, but I can't help but to feel like he would also kill it in like a like some kind of like Fantastic Four collaboration, being a part of the Illuminati, maybe doing something with Black Panther. That would be cool.
What are they gonna do?
Fight Doctor Doom or Namor or something.
So
Is that crazy?
would Mr. Terrific be Wakandan or are they just allies?
No, unrelated, bro.
Okay, I'm just wondering how they're
Yeah,
teaming up.
no. I mean, I mentioned the Fantastic Four first.
You did. I agree. That's just the Terrifics, which is his own Fantastic Four. You could just take the whole Terrifics over there. You think Metamorpho would fit in?
I do.
Yeah, there you go.
I
He'd be
do.
friends with the Thing.
I think they're very similar, but they're not. I also got the Flash, which
Oh,
not Barry Allen, but Wally West.
okay. Is Quicksilver not good enough for you?
No, he's not,
No,
bro.
he's not for me either.
That's the thing. So I don't know. Like he's the coolest version of the Flash, so I would not want him to go to Marvel. But he's got like a lot more humor. I could see him doing something with the Fantastic Four, or even the Hulk, especially in the yellow costume. I think that just like the campiness of it makes like for a more like wholesome Marvel story than it does DC, and they already got Barry Allen. And then I can't think of any like cool like speedsters over at Marvel off the top of my head. So I mean,
There's what Whizzer, Quicksilver,
I can't think of any cool
Makari from the Eternals.
speedsters. So I
Maybe
mean
I'm lying on that. I don't even know.
that would be pretty good over there. That would be like the first five that came to mind. But when I was like wrapping up, I also thought that the Question would be like a good honorable mention just because there's no like cool detectives at Marvel. They need like, because like Moon Knight fits like the Batman itch, but it's not like all
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, I agree. It's not all the way. I actually said Plastic Man.
I put Plastic Man on mine and then I took him off because we already have Elongated Man. And I think I like Plastic Man better, but I think Elongated Man fits better in the DC universe than Plastic Man because of his like relationship with the Flash, where Plastic Man just kind of seems like a campy, like Avengers character. But you already have Reed. So
Yeah,
that's why I took him off.
that makes sense.
I mean, he's not as smart as Reed, but how many stretchy people can you have?
Apparently two is too much. I'm just kidding. And then my last one, which is probably going to be contentious. Maybe not. I don't even know. I said Wonder Woman. I feel like I could see her dealing with like Thor, dealing with Hulk. She ain't got nothing because she's like a big hitter. She'd instantly be like tops.
Running tops over there, bro.
Who's to say? But no, I think it'd be good. I just feel like I could see it fit because she's a pillar of DC. She's foundational to DC. I'm just saying like Marvel don't got nothing like that. Like their like toughest chick is like Black Widow.
I totally agree with you. If it was anybody other than like the member of the Trinity, I would agree.
Yeah, I'm not talking about separating them though, I guess. I'm just saying that she would
In
fit
addition
in.
to, yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with that.
like something
I
of that
think Thor would
nature.
be a natural fit.
Then you get an issue of her thrown down with Hulk. She ain't gonna win though. I mean, Hulk's gonna beat everybody but Superman.
Agree.
But yeah, that's all I got. I wasn't saying, take one, subtract, and add to the other. More so, I was just thinking about who'd be a good fit. What are they missing from like a DC type?
This was fun. I had a good time, like even like kind of like looking into it.
Yeah.
And I was editing our last pod, unrelated. I was talking about some vinyls I wanted, and I already got like two out of the three that I mentioned from the last episode. So Nicole found the Bends by Radiohead for me, and then I went
Nice.
to a store that didn't have it out on the floor, but I made a reference to like me looking for this Microphones album, the Glow
Yeah.
Part 2, and the guy's just like, bro, I'm like the only one who sells them for Amazon. I have like a bunch in the back and they're not even priced, so I'll just give it to you for like $20, which was super cool.
That is cool. It's meant to be. You stumbled upon a guy who magically has them all. That's weird.
Isn't it?
What are the odds, bro, of that album?
Of course, in Ann Arbor, bro.
Oh, well, duh. That's the only place it could happen.
Right.
How niche.
Facts. So I'm pretty happy.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. You should bet the lottery.
You know, I thought about it the other day and I never gamble. But you know those like freaking dual authentication like texts that you get for stuff and they'll send you like some random code.
Yeah.
It was a 6-digit code and it was 999989. And I'm like,
Wow.
what are the odds that I would get sent 5 nines and a 6-digit code?
That's pretty
Incredible.
crazy.
But the
Incredible.
last time I gambled, it was like I bet on some numbers because like I went out to like lunch and like the bill was like 47.47 and then I went out to dinner and it was like 96.96 and I'm like, this is crazy. But nothing came of that. I made no money. I lost money, $3 or something. But
Oh no.
that's the life of a non-gambler.
The only gambling I'm doing is fantasy sports, and I'm looking forward to fantasy baseball. So is Kyle. Everybody needs to be more excited.
I've never been excited,
That's sad.
but I always do well.
Why
I'm
aren't
like
you
in it
excited?
when I'm like in it, but like I don't get excited for it the way I do football. I just like to
No.
participate.
It's not the same as football, but baseball's respectful.
Oh, for sure, and
Respectable.
that's why I participate.
No, that's why you get pumped about it because it's patriotic.
It's patriotic, but like as far as like fantasy goes, like I feel like football's more of like a consistent thing where like baseball, I feel like there's so many people you drop an ad throughout the year because like pitchers are not safe in baseball. They could be
No,
good
they're
one
not.
year and they're not you know what I mean? So it's just like I feel like more variables for like some players to not do well in baseball where it's just like I know if I'm picking, I don't know, like Jamar Chase, like I'm safe. But like
Yeah.
there's some like pretty big names in baseball and then they just don't do well that year. So it's like I kind of think of it more as a numbers game than it is like a draft thing. But I just kind of
Just not-
tweak my team. Like I like the numbers aspect of it, but I don't really get excited about players in baseball.
You just have to get excited for like a month and then you could let it taper off like me. I just like it because it signals spring's coming and like, opening days around the corner. I get to wear shorts. It's almost hot dog season. You know what I'm saying?
You break out the shorts in spring.
If it's late spring, I might. I love shorts, bro. When I have to put them away, it's sad.
No, I mean my favorite season is summer, but I'm not a big spring guy. I actually think it's the worst season.
Mine might be winter. It'd be pissing me off, bro. Snows a lot. really cold.
True. There's nothing to do in the winter.
No, winter blows and it gets dark early.
Yeah.
It's by far the worst time. There's at least some sun and like jacket weather in the spring, even though it's kind of rainy.
I just hate how muddy, rainy, and it's just like it's not warm enough to do summer stuff yet. And
But it's signal summer. It means you're
get
past
I
winter.
get allergies, bro. But yeah, winter's not that fun either.
No.
I'm if it went like summer, fall, fall, summer, I'd be so happy.
Oh, facts. If it was just summer and fall, ideal. That sounds like heaven. Maybe with climate change.
Yeah, maybe if we add to the global warming, we can make that happen here.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
we'll see. We'll find out. We'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll keep playing our part. But that's all I got.
And you can play your part by going to @CBJ Pod on Instagram, Comic Book Junkies on YouTube, CBJ Podcast on Facebook. Say what's up, rate it, review it, subscribe to it, like it, tell your friend, tell your neighbor, tell your priest, tell your cousin, tell the guy who serves you gabagool, sir. Yeah, I don't know. Just tell people, man.
If you told somebody during confession, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, I've actually been listening to Comic Book Junkies lately. That's how many Hail Marys? How many Hail Marys does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
It's like a straight way to heaven, bro.
Wow. I don't know how the hell what I'm doing right now at the end here. I think I said everything I needed to say other than thank you. We appreciate you all. And we'll come back at you next time with something good. We'll cook it up in the meantime.
Of course, the last thing you thought of was thank you. But yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you. And keep listening.